What's going on, y'all? So we are back out here. We're going to work on this front end. The game plan is get the axles in, the brakes on, steering in, and then we'll get the track bar on. I kind of don't want to do the track bar with it up on jack stands, fearful of pushing it off. So we'll start on the driver's side. We'll get that axle tube cleared out, everything cleaned up, and then we'll start assembly. We'll also probably have to measure wheelbase to make sure the axle's square and straight, and go from there. Well, here is our front end components. We have our Detroit axle, unit bearing and hub, new Dorman bolts for it, the factory dust shield, the 10 factory chromoly axle shaft, and then our drilled and slotted rotor. We're reusing the brakes, they're still in good shape, so that shouldn't pose a problem. And then we've got to get up here. I know underneath the truck is a mess, but nothing's in my way right now, so I'm not worried about it. What we got to do is get in here. You guys can see SFF plug the hole so there's no dirt that can get in there. So we'll pull that out, make sure there isn't anything in there. If we have to, we'll go ahead and drill that out and clean it out. Then we can slide the axle shaft in and get everything situated. Looks like there might be some dust and dirt in there. I'll go ahead and get a rag, wipe out as best I can, and then I can slide the axle shaft in. So we're going to stick this in the opening and see what we can do with it. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. I'll get probably just some dust that collected around the outside from sitting for so long. So we'll call that good. I'll run a flashlight in there real quick and double check it. Alright, axle shaft is in. Now we can focus on getting the unit bearing in with some new hardware. So this will sit on here and just sandwich between the bearing and the knuckle, just like that. Get this lined up and sitting right. Sandwich it in. Now, we got new bolts from Dorman. I'll show you guys that part number here in a second. They're 917-509s. And we just run them in the back of the knuckle until they line up, and then thread them in. I do have to get some Loctite, so bear with me. Snag number one, I ran out of Loctite. As I was showing you guys, I got the knuckle set in there and went to my stash and didn't have any in hand, so we'll have to run to O'Reilly's. So let me go ahead and run, grab some, pick some up, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, I ended up having some Loctite, so that run was not needed. But we're going to tighten up the 3 bolts, and we'll torque them down once we snug them up. Then we can do the hub nut and go from there. So we got the 3 bolts torqued down. We're gonna go ahead and put our washer, nuts, and all that on here, and then we're gonna torque this down. I believe this is a 36 millimeter. I have to double check. Now we get a torque wrench and tighten that down. So we got the torque wrench set. We can get this snugged up. The trick comes to holding this steady when we actually want to torque it. Bear with me, let me get a flathead screwdriver for you guys. So last time I locked it up when I did one of these. I had something to hold everything together. Okay. Try using my leg on this one. Alright, we gotta get creative here. I'm gonna use a piece of pipe under the handle and hope it holds. Not gonna be ideal, but we'll make it work. Show you guys what I'm doing here. Something don't try to hold it steady. If I fall and bust my face, y'all can laugh. Alright, hold on, I gotta get this set up better. This is sometimes where having a buddy over would help. So. Torque to spec. Now what we'll do, come back in here, show you guys what we're doing. We'll take our lock ring, put it on top, and then put a cotter pin through. The good news is I can still do my brakes and whatnot now. I need to go pick up some cotter pins. Not a big deal. So go ahead and get the rotor on, pads, and caliper. Alright, let's go ahead and get this power brake rotor on there. Still looks like it's in good shape, so we might as well reuse it. Now, all that's left is the caliper, and that'll hold everything on. Alright, we're gonna have to go press this. Looks like over time from sitting, it has popped free. Alright. Round 2. Caliper's collapsed. See what slides on now. Alright. Calipers on. We'll just snug this down real quick. This side's done. Minus the cotter pin. Which I need to nut and bolt the whole suspension anyways. I like to get cotter pins and everything, so not that big of an ordeal. Alright, get our ratchet and screw that down. Snugged up. There. And we have a complete driver's side. Now all that's left is clean the truck and start on the driver's side. Or sorry, we got the driver's side done, now I gotta start on the passenger side. Alright y'all, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the passenger side. I'll just time lapse it because I don't need to bore you guys with all the details like you saw on the driver's side. So let's get started. At this point, I had a camera gremlin where it didn't show me bolting the hub on, but we went ahead and bolted the hub on, torqued it down like the other side. Passenger axle, rotor, pads, and caliper are installed. Everything's torqued down for the axle, just as we did on the driver's side. Now, I gotta go get the kids from school, so we'll go ahead and pick this up tomorrow and knock out the steering. What's going on, y'all? We are back out here in the shop. Yesterday I left you guys with getting the kids from school, but we weren't done yet. We got the axle assembled. We need to get the steering put on here. We'll go ahead and lay the pieces out, show you those, and then we'll go and get them on real quick. More than likely, just be snugged up. We'll have to align it later. So let's go and get started. Got the Moog center link, tie rod, and adjustment sleeve. That'll go from the pitman arm down to the knuckle. Then we have the rough country drag link and tie rods for Moog as well. Same setup I had on it before. It worked, and I'm not into heavy wheeling just yet, so this will get us by for now. Maybe we'll upgrade to Heim steering or something else later. But let's go and get this assembled. As I said, we're going to go ahead and put our drag link assembly together, our center link assembly together, and then we should be able to throw in the Jeep. Now the rough country setup does come with jam nuts, so make sure we get those on. And these Moog tie rods also have grease fittings. The rough country thing, I know rough country gets a bad name, but you know what? Some of their stuff isn't all that bad. Get that one in and I'll get this side on. Reverse threads. And then we'll start on the center link by putting the sleeve on here in a second. Alright, drag link done. Now grab the center link. Now there's no jam nuts on this one because it just uses a pinch bolt to secure it all. So now that this is together, we can put this in the vehicle. I'm not going to put the grease fittings on it until it's in the Jeep. There. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start on the passenger knuckle first by getting, I guess that's the center link in here. Let me grab the rubber boot. And then this just goes up in here like so. Now none of this will be tight today. This is just get in here and snug it up. But we'll align it all and do that later. So that's in. Now we're going to turn you guys to look at the pitman arm. And show you guys that. Grab my castle nut here. Now, Alright, center link is connected to the pitman arm. Now we have to put our drag link in, and that will get the steering squared up. We go and grab that and go from there. So we're going to grab that drag link, set this up in here. Now the trick with this is one tie rod will be facing up and the other will have to face towards the front of the vehicle. So alright, then I'll bring you guys around here. And then this will just nice and sweet. There. Steering is in. Just have to finalize a few things, get it all aligned, and then go from there. Alright, we're going to call this here. We got the steering in, brakes on, axles in, front end's pretty much put together. We need to do an alignment. Still need to finish the exhaust and make a rear brake line bracket, get the drive shafts in, check wheelbase length. All that's coming, you guys. Next video we'll have Tim over here. He's going to be doing some welding for us. We'll get some video of that. Once again, thanks for watching. If you guys liked what you saw, click the like and subscribe button. Take care and God bless.